Announcing Jane the Disco Queen.
Can I be an 80s daydream? Can I dance real slow, baby? I know you wanna know.
It's never my sales item. Basically, what the night without eating. Literally, that's what I did.
Man, I'm talking about I need some more now than ever before. It's real out here. My little chocolate fixation, babe, I miss you, man.
What you want? What you want? Okay, goodbye. Thank you. Sit down. But you gotta get out the way. You have to get out the way. You in these people's way. Move. Thank you. Okay. Not talking to you. Sit. And stay. So, this is a necessities haul, basically. So, we got us some H-E-B toilet paper. I am giving this a trial run. I am very... Honestly, this is a sensitive skin essential items haul. So, I'm sensitive to toilet paper. So, for the longest, I've been able to use Charmin, and finally, no more. I was using Costco's, which I thought that was working for me, and that became no more. I started to use the H-E-B wipes, which right now, this is my last trial run of their wipes. And this says soft sensitive, so this is the last one that I'm trying. The last one I have is fragrance free, so hopefully we'll see if this makes me itch or not. So this is a trial run, and then as well as the H-E-B toilet paper is a trial run because I looked up toilet paper for sensitive skin basically, and it popped up there. So I'm like, you know what, let me give it a try. And then since we're on the sensitive kick, I got my Pure Cotton Always pads. It's number 1. Oh my god. Okay, so full circle moment, because I was looking for number 1 and I couldn't find it. And so me just grabbing the back of whatever, and it's number 1. So full circle moment for those nasty ass waffles. Even though they're good, I can't eat them too much. So I may force myself to eat those last ones. But yeah, I already knew I wasn't gonna like it after a while. But yeah, that's all that was. But it was still good. Like, not to discourage it, but 100% I would like do like homemade waffles, which in my head I was like, yes, this homemade waffles, like, literally when I say I almost wanted to go to IHOP, yeah, I want homemade chocolate chips. So that's all that was about that. But for the non-picky people, it's still the best. So yeah, full circle moment for that moment. And I got my number 1s for my cycle. So I used to, now when I was in high school, I used to use pads. And then eventually, because I bled too much, pads became irritant. And then I switched to tampons, and then now we're here where I no longer can use tampons because the string irritates me. And so then I started cutting the string, and then, but leave it enough where I can still pull it. That worked, but then it became just unbearable to wear it basically. So then now we're here at this stuff, and this is just me getting older. Yay me! So now we have to use something more for our sensitivity. So I use cotton with Flex Foam. My sales item basically was my Sprite and my Coke. We keep that on deck for our sensitive ass stomach. A new symptom of my period, because I'm going to be 36 soon. That's all it was. It's like that halfway mark to almost every birthday, and then here comes a new symptom. So this go around, now I don't know if it was the chicken that I ate, the oil, which it shouldn't have been the oil, but the oil was fresh. So that's the only reason why I'm like really exiting that out. But 100% I was like, I don't really use vegetable oil really. I just started, and it's like maybe that's what that is. Maybe the chicken. Maybe I don't think I had chicken or that much chicken in a long time. So I'm thinking maybe it was either the chicken as in the actual chicken, or it was just me and eating chicken, and then my period's here. And I don't know. I feel like that may be my new symptom of my period now is I get nauseous and I literally throw up. And I know there's people out there like that. And the reason why I say that, because the whole day, like stomach ache, nauseous basically all day. It just hit me instantly when I was done with like my first client of that morning. And I was like, damn, did she like have something? Did she get me sick? But I'm like, no, like, cause deep down inside, I knew this was a period symptom. So then, luckily that day, all I really needed to do was just clean up the shop and then just leave. So I had no problem. I opened up a Sprite. Instantly, I got a relief. And ever since that day, I've been telling myself, I need some Sprite, I need some Sprite, I need some Sprite. So that's why we got this. And I got home and I basically prepped for my next client that's way later that day. And then I'm doing my client. She has to take an important phone call, which is a phone call I completely understand. And literally, me sitting down, all of that shit just comes back because, like, you know, basically I've been up all day, so I really haven't been sitting down. So for me to sit down, it's like, oh, my body is like, oh, we're crashing. Like, literally, my body became so fucking weak, arms weak. Like, I'm like telling myself mentally, like, slow down, don't rush this blowout. But at the same time, mentally, I'm like, we got to get this ball growing because, yeah, right now it's a double whammy. It's me physically just knowing that it's my period making me sick and nauseous because it came and went all day. Now, did I probably fight throwing up all day? Absolutely, because I absolutely hate throwing up. And I hate throwing up because I had a period when, basically when I started making a change to eat better. And I was throwing up a lot, basically. So, from just that experience in general, when it comes to me knowing I need to throw up, if I can stop it from happening, that's what I do. So I know I may have stopped it once that whole day, and like I just fought like the little stomach part of nausea that I was getting. So I finally finished her. I really need to eat. I really know I don't really want chachos, but I get it because I need to eat. I get my chachos and I try to eat and it's not working because it's just too much chicken and the texture of the chicken is just not working with this stomach ache. And I'm like, I'm gonna have to take that. I'm like, I ate enough to force myself to just be good enough to make it throughout the night without eating. Literally, that's what I did. And I was like, I gotta take this chicken out, like literally. So I just lay down and I let her eat. She finishes eating and finally I just go to sleep. Literally, I get in the bed and I just sleep. Wake up about 1, 2 o'clock and I go potty. Literally, I get back in the bed and instantly that nauseous feeling where I know I'm gonna have to throw up, that's what happened. So I go to the restroom and I just wait for it to come and kind of help it come because I know it's coming. And it's like, why fight it? Like, why fight it? Like, really, literally at that moment, like, I knew it was coming. Like, the minute my mouth waters up, like, I'm like, bitch, it's a wrap. It's a wrap. Throw in the towel. Like, literally, it's a wrap. So I'm like, oh, you're watering. Let me get up because I just want to sleep. So I go to the restroom. I throw up, and of course everything I ate comes up, but it wasn't much. And then a Sprite that I drank basically is what was my dinner. So basically now when that happens, Sprite is literally all I can have that whole day. So I really didn't even eat that day. I made a PB&J sandwich, and I knew I wasn't going to eat it. Even when I made it, I was like, I'm not going to eat this shit because it just wasn't appealing to me. It was the peanut butter that wasn't appealing to me. So I made it anyway because I'm like, if I have to force myself to eat, the least I can do is just like take a few bites of PB&J. It's in the refrigerator. I know I'm probably not going to eat it, but I may grill it and I might be able to revive it back to life. So we'll see about that. So yeah, I finally do what I gotta do. I get in the bathtub, and the thing about before I went to sleep, I'm like, I already know I'm gonna wake up and I'm just gonna sit in the bathtub with just hot water, and I just know that's gonna make me feel better. And 100% it made me feel better, especially after throwing up. So I just threw up, made me some hot water, because another reason why I knew it was my period is because I was freezing cold. Like, I've been freezing cold these last, can you stop? Stop. That's enough. Don't look at me crazy, because that's enough. I was just freezing cold, and I was like, why the hell? So, like, even then I was like, it's your period, it's your period. So I'm just freezing cold, and honestly, me being cold and getting out the covers is what activated it. But even with me being in the covers, I was in a hot sweat. So I knew it was just me just settling my stomach, because even laying and sleeping, I could just feel it was like a battle of period pain, stomach ache, period pain, stomach ache. So that feeling I was feeling like was at this level right here, where it's like who type of shit. And so then finally, oh my god, that's so funny. But finally, so that, and I don't mean that to be a ramble, but for anybody who is relatable to, especially someone who is older, because I was talking to my nail lady, and literally she was like, she's getting new period symptoms now too, and we are basically the same age. And I was like, 100% is the age. And so the next thing to my sensitive skin is I got this Gold Bond Healing Sensitive daily body and face lotion with Shinchi Heal. I don't know what that is, but I got it for this thingy right here, basically, because deep down inside, we, of course, we feel like it's extra. I remember to put in an Instagram story of me showing my eczema bumps. I will, because I had a clear shot of it in that moment, and I just really feel like this is a symptom of eczema. The reason why I feel like this is a symptom of eczema is because I have this one doctor client who has very severe eczema, and for her it's more so like, you know, someone who has just like some really cracked skin. So it's like she has that severe where it's like you can tell like color, skin difference. I'm getting deja vu right now. Woo! Okay, so you can tell color, skin difference between their actual color, and then we're just gonna say this is like the drier skin portion where it's the difference, where you see the connection of like the dry skin, and then your skin is kind of like an even darker color type of thing, because the eczema, in a sense, when I used to get eczema right here, like that's why I don't really use body wash, because I used to get it right here with the Dove one, and it was just literally little crinkly thingies, darker skin, deep cracks of the whiteness basically. So just imagine something like that, but instead that crinkly is just solid, and then at the edges you see where it's basically cracked skin. So that's her type of eczema. And so with me just remembering the eczema clients I've had, and then remembering during COVID the dots that I had on my hands, and what it looked like before I fucked this shit up. It was the same dot, basically. It was the same type of thingy, because I remember I was busting them on my skin, and it hurt, and I felt it. So deep down inside, I feel like it's just a backwards version of it. But because I fucked with it and I dug up in that shit, I'm kind of repairing what I did, as well as repairing the skin. So I just been trying things, but the thing about it is I'm not about to spend $10, $20 on stuff like this without knowing if it's really going to be beneficial to me. So I got this literally just as just a trial run. So a bottle like this is probably like a good $25, $26, maybe $20. I really didn't look at the prices per se. There's another product that I want to try, and I'm still gonna get it because basically I'm just gonna have a skincare routine at this point. I'm developing a better and wider range of a skincare routine, and instantly when I saw this stuff I was like, I know I need this, but it's not like, oh, it's in a lotion form, yes, per se, but it's more of a cream. But the thing about it is this cream is so strong that you can only use a little. So they have a nighttime one, and I feel like I want to start off with the nighttime one, but then I do know eventually I want to have both. So what I wanted to do with that product per se is I wanted to price shop to see, you know, who has it the cheapest, because it does not come in anything big. So I'll be right back. It comes in something like this, and honestly, push this down. It's this size, and it's basically like $10. Like, it's really, really cheap, but it's expensive in a sense, if you make sense. But because like essential oils, a little goes a long way, and I know how I am. And I don't want to buy this product, be wasteful, and not even that, just end up using too much, because if you use too much of it, on the thingy it says very, very fucking little. If you use too much, it'll start to feel sticky. So I want to make sure I'm like mentally prepared to be in that conscious state of mind, if that makes sense. So why I'm like telling myself, get this stuff, get this stuff, get this stuff, because also I'm reminding myself that I want to price range this every time I go to a store that I actually shop at. That way I just know which store is going to give me a better price. So I need lotion. Long story short, I need my normal lotion, and I need my normal cream before I buy that. So that's why, another reason why I'm price ranging, and that's what this is for. And so since it said healing and sensitive skin, it was on the clearance rack. So instead of me paying probably, does it have it on here? Oh, this was actually pretty cheap. I'm shocked at it. But the shit I want, these size bottles are about, they do run you about a good $25, almost $30 with the tax and shit like that. But this honestly was originally $10 and marked down to $4. So honestly, in general, this is a good buy in general. But for me, and knowing the things that I like, because what I need is my expensive stuff. And yeah, I'm not ready to buy that right now. So we need our lotion first before we do our creams. That's just all it is to it for me per se, because with my lotions, I just enjoy mixing it with my oils and my sunblock. This is literally how I get my sunblock intake in. So that's why my lotion right now was more important than my creams, because I need that sun protection. Okay? And so then next we got our soap, Dawn soap. I didn't care for the fancy bottle, but this was actually looked at like a cheaper buy at H-E-B. And Set in Stone, not sensitive skin, but when it comes to how I like my soap to lather, this is my sensitive skin product as well. And then just basically some heavy duty basic dishwashing thingies. This is the only way I wash dishes. I still wash this by hand. I don't use the dishwasher. Never use the dishwasher. Even if I did use the dishwasher, I still probably would hand wash my dishes and then just use that as a secondary cleaning type of thing. So yeah, I'm not a dishwasher girl. I just use the dishwasher to dry my dishes, and then I just clean it out from my dishes, drying. So that's my little sensitive skin haul. And I wasn't expecting to chatter so much, but some of the things were some of the things that I've been wanting to say. So that's really all it was that I wanted to do. Honestly, it's like just me remembering those things. Especially, I think it was this where I chattered a lot about. And then honestly, I realized that a lot of people do become more sensitive to things the older they get. So it's like, I know in the long run someone may be frustrated. Like, I tend to be frustrated with food in general, but with stuff like this, like, yeah, this is right up my alley. But normal basic stuff, just honestly, wish me luck with the toilet paper. That's honestly what I'm frustrated at. The toilet paper and the wipes, this is literally trial run. And yeah, I need luck on those two things.
I'm looking for, yeah, it's that bird in the VIP line with the V-turn and the East run. She drive a Nissan and she in a Beamer.